Now, time for our first guest this morning, and the best strategy for coming out of lockdown in great financial shape doesn't necessarily have anything to do with ad dollars or sales funnels. And here to explain it's got everything to do with generosity in marketing is our next guest, the CEO and founder of the Coaching Institute, Sharon Pearson. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome, good morning.
So good. What did you get up to on the weekend? Did you get a bit wild?
Okay, so that was not the question.
Welcome to Ticker. I've got here, please explain generosity marketing and how does it work?
Question.
Okay, great. So you don't have
the
to tell us about
level of
your
honesty right now. What show is this?
Yeah. Well, this is just an in-depth tell-all about your weekend.
Welcome to your life.
Look, I think it's probably best that we don't go into your wild weekend and we ask you just a little bit about how did you get into doing this?
Well, I just thought I don't want to just be the person who's trying to sell something. I want people to come to us because we're creating a movement and because they love it. So many people don't know that they belong somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm a little bit of a freak.
Yeah.
And I'm always left of centre or right of centre. And I thought I can't be the only person who's not regular and establishment and fits in.
Yeah.
So I built a place for people to come who feel the same way.
How amazing.
And they're queuing because there are apparently a lot of freaks.
Well, tell us about this generosity marketing. What does this all mean?
So generosity marketing is, don't worry about the transaction, thinking about helping the person transform. It's about transformation. I love this. So we've done, in the last 15 years, $150 million using this model. It really works. It's fantastic. And it's not necessarily the dollars, it's how many people's lives you can transform and how many people's lives you can reach and people can have a feeling of belonging. So the key to it all, give it away. Whatever is your best stuff or whatever you think you're holding on to that you think so precious to you, that's the thing you're going to give away because people don't join for the content. There's YouTube, everything's available now online. People join because they get to belong. So do I have time to go through my 5 ways of doing it?
You should do that.
Okay, sure. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Just break it down really fast and just remember, just to explain it to me like I'm stupid.
Oh, Ben, no, I would never.
I'm not saying a word.
But
so the word is C.A.R.E. So C.A.R.E is...
Oh, I love an acronym.
Yeah, I love an acronym. This was last night.
On point.
Yeah, thank you. So C.A.R.E is C is for when you make contact, make it matter. So the C is for when we first meet, make it so you get to know me enough to know you want to hang around. Then A is it's got to be your feeling of arrival. I've arrived in my posse. I don't need to be somewhere else. There's something going on here that relates to me and they get me. R is for relationships and belonging. So the key need of everybody is they've got to belong. We don't want to be alone. We don't want to be isolated. These are not good times to be alone. So you've got to build that relationship where they feel they belong and they're safe with you. And E is for creating an experience that's based on emotion and not just transaction. People aren't going to come just because there's dollars to be exchanged for a thing. They stay because there's something going on that elevates them. And then the S is make them feel special. Everyone wants to be made feel special. Give them gifts. Give them a way to elevate their lives or to have a brag story at night when they're having dinner, if finally they ever get to have dinner. And they get to brag about it, they're going to stay and play and they're going to keep coming and doing more of it. There we go. Crash course.
That was so good. When I say to Alana in the morning that I'm going to tell her a story, she knows that it's going to go for 45 minutes. She
don't have time for it.
Have time for that at all. I'll be like, on the weekend, just a short story. 45 minutes later, she stops listening 1 minute into it.
I'm like, so the story was that you made a salami sandwich. Like that'll
and
basically
it's never
be
interesting. But what you are doing is actually really interesting because I think you're connecting with people and getting them to be who they really want to be.
Yes.
And I think that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And I think it's really funny because it sounds really simple, but I think sometimes it just needs to be unpacked. Is there, what sort of common issues do you find with people when you're going through this?
For people, what I'm helping businesses?
Yeah,
or
when you're
when
helping when you're helping businesses.
People think it's about making money.
Yeah, right.
Business owners keep putting money first instead of the person and their client. Their posse. We call it our posse. We're in 81 countries and it's like over 1,000 million people and it's just they're our posse, they're our guys, they're our team, they're on our team.
So what are some tangible things that we can be like, okay, well that relates to relationship marketing. Is it loyalty clubs? Is it, what is it?
Clubs, it's getting them to know your style. So if you've got a boutique right now, you'd be struggling. Put on a fashion show with your clients. Do that.
Wow.
Get your clients to come in and do a fashion show with some champagne. There's champagne and cheese in it for you and we're going to point a camera at you. It doesn't take anything to get online anymore. And then it'd be great fun. Just name the business and there's going to be a way of reaching your posse, your tribe, the people who should do business with you because you're a match. The whole idea is to market in such a way that you get with people who are a match for you. If we're not a match, we shouldn't do business.
Oh, it's like Tinder.
Which way do you swipe?
Which way do you swipe?
Which way do you swipe?
I've forgotten.
Don't know
It's
the
been
answer.
too long since I've been on Tinder.
She's engaged. Do you know what's
Yeah.
really weird? I've been in a relationship the whole time that apps have been around. So like I've never had one of those appy type things.
Married for 27 years. I'm
There
out
you
of the
go.
conversation.
Yeah, we're out. We all
So
need to
none
move
of us
on.
know whether you're swiping left or right.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
for people who are watching this right now,
Yeah.
what's a great way that they can get in contact with you?
Oh, we're from the Coaching Institute. So the way we do it is if you join us, you're immediately going to get great contact because that first C is going to kick
Yeah.
in. You'll get some free stuff. You can join a telecast for free or get a book, have a conversation with a coach, experience coaching. Whatever you want to experience, get to know us. That's
Yeah.
what I recommend.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think it's so important because we've gone through this sort of time of COVID-19 and the crisis, and it's impacted so many different industries. And it can be quite convoluted in all the conversation around people pivoting their business and what else can I do. But to just bring it back to the relationship as the core and strip it back to the basics,
Yes.
such an important but simple
Yes,
lesson.
it is. And it
Yeah.
can be done.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying for everyone. I think a couple of businesses, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think a couple of businesses types got smashed. But for many of us, there is an opportunity here. I'm just really respectful of the fact that it's a tough time and this isn't just a panacea for it, but it is a good start.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to do. We've got to start rebuilding.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Sharon, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk
Thank you
to
for
you
having
this
me.
morning. Give your business another plug. How can people find you?
Well, I'd love it if people, if you're interested in finding out more about us, come along to the Coaching Institute, which is thecoachinginstitute.com.au. That'd be wonderful.
That's so
Thank you
fantastic.
for letting me plug.
No, that's okay. Oh, no, it was a great plug as well. Now back to this wild weekend that you had.
Leave the
And
woman alone. That's it. That's
And
it.
cut.